before implantation of a hip endoprosthesis. It is recommended to plan this on an X-ray image. This is done by either analog or digital means. Here, not only the shape and size of the planned prosthesis model should be considered, but also the desired reconstruction of the anatomy, including leg length and offset, if necessary, also on the second plane. Implantation of a total hip endoprosthesis can be carried out in the traditional manner with the patient in a supine or lateral position, using various surgical approaches. In our training video, the patient is positioned in supine decubitus. In the present case, the operating surgeon prefers the minimally invasive anterolateral approach, according to Watson-Jones. However, the cup can be implanted via all common surgical approaches. After preparation of the access route, the osteotomy of the femoral neck is performed at the planned resection line using an oscillating saw. The femoral head is removed from the acetabulum. This is followed by preparation and exposure of the acetabular rim, e.g. by removal of capsule and labrum remnants. To obtain an optimal view of the osseous acetabulum, various Hohmann retractors are used to hold back the soft tissues. It is proven useful to place one curved Hohmann retractor each on the ventral and on the dorsal rim of the acetabulum. In order to not damage the adjacent vascular and nerve structures, the retractors must maintain close bone contact and must not be placed too far medially into the soft tissues. Optionally, a third and fourth Hohmann retractor can be used cranially or caudally. Now the bony preparation of the acetabulum is started. The implantation depth and center of rotation are first defined by reaming medial with a small reamer whose diameter is selected at least 3 to 4 numbers smaller than the preoperatively planned target size. The acetabular fossa can serve as a landmark here. Once this is done, the acetabulum is only widened further with increasing reamer diameters. With the last or penultimate reamer diameter before the preoperatively planned target size is reached, the reaming direction is then finalized in the desired inclination and anteversion until minor bleeding of the subchondral bone is visible. Care should be taken to prepare the acetabulum as precisely hemispherical as possible. Development of an oval shape, e.g. due to unsteady reaming by the operating surgeon, can impair the implant fit. If the desired depth is reached already upon definition of the center of rotation, it is likewise recommended to only widen the acetabulum without exerting excessive pressure on the reamer. Thus, further medialization and cranialization of the center of rotation can be avoided. The anatomical landmarks in situ must also be taken into account here. The lettering of the RM Pressfit cup system is designed so that the sizes of the reamer, the trial cup, and the original implant match. In our example, the reamer of size 54, the trial cup of size 54, and the implant of size 54 are used. It is important to note that the trial cup is slightly undersized, and the final cup implant, depending on cup size, is oversized by approximately 1.4 millimeters in relation to the reaming. The RM trial cup should therefore be easy to insert and not have an excessively strong press fit. The trial cup can be used to check sphericity of the reamed acetabulum, secure seating in depth, lateral protrusion of the cup, and the desired cup positioning. It is important to note that the fit of the final cup implant should approximately correspond to that of the trial cup. To insert the final cup implant, it is firmly attached to the cup positioner. Optionally, an alignment guide can be slid onto the RM Pressfit cup positioner. Due to the high primary stability of the RM Pressfit cup, the correct orientation of the cup is set before the implant engages into the bone during impaction. The RM Pressfit cup is driven in with the desired inclination and anteversion. Here, the operating surgeon will notice that the impact behavior of the RM Pressfit cup differs from the impact behavior of classic metal back cups. The RM Pressfit cup has a rather soft, sometimes even springy impact behavior. The RM Pressfit cup literally sucks itself into an acetabulum whose bone has been optimally prepared. Easy detachment of the impactor. The final press fit of the cup can be further consolidated by use of the post-impactor. Press fit in the area of the cup equator. Secure and correct cup fit is checked with a blunt instrument, e.g. a clamp on the outer acetabular rim. Care must be taken not to damage the polyethylene of the articulation. The osteophytes protruding from the acetabular rim can be carefully removed using a chisel. After completion of the cup implantation, the stem preparation now follows.